Welcome, and in this video we'll be reviewing the Stormtrooper Riot Squad model kit, and reviewing the unit itself for the use in the game Star Wars Legion. For the first part of this video we'll be going over the models themselves, and then later we'll be reviewing the gameplay use of the unit. To start off, let's go over the contents of the box. Included are 2 sprues containing the models, 1 unit card, and 2 upgrade cards in the old original size. Some cardboard tokens, and this interesting mini poster with a QR code on the back for the online assembly instructions, which I printed out for this. The sprues themselves are laid out quite nicely, as all the components for each model are next to each other and share the same alphabetical letter, making it easy to just clip them all off at the same time. Kits from other games might have you looking over 3 different sprues for one model. It makes for a very beginner-friendly kit. Same with assembly. Attach the body together, then attach the limbs. It makes sense and requires minimal sprue cleanup, as most sprue attachment points are placed in underneath parts of the model and wouldn't be seen in most game situations. For the most part, you don't need the assembly guide, as most just have one pose, but I was surprised that there were 3 models with alternate poses: the sharpshooter and the 2 KX units. The sharpshooter can have its fist raised or holding its gun, and the KX units can be holding blasters or just their fists. The details are great on them, much better from their soft plastic counterparts, with defined details and some hidden details, like a wire going from the body of the Stormtrooper to their stun baton. With the switch to hard plastic, you can now use plastic glue to assemble your models. For my models, I use super glue, or to be specific, Super Gold Plus Cyanoacrylate, which does double duty for me to glue magnets to the bases. The only negative I have on the kit is the crouching Stormtrooper. It's unclear if you're supposed to glue their knee to the ground. I did, and it looks like he's doing a lean around a corner. It still looks good from a distance, just looks a little off up close. All in all, it's a great kit, and they look great together in a phalanx. And if you need to recreate the Gorman Massacre, or you need them for shelf decoration, they're great. Now for the rest of the video, we'll be going over the stats of the unit and how they can be used in the game. Starting with the unit card, they're very similar to normal Stormtroopers, except you lose Surge to Hit and Precise 1. In exchange, you get 2 keywords: Charge, you get a free melee attack after moving, and Hold the Line. When in melee, you get Surge to Hit and Melee, and your melee dice are upgraded to black dice that has Suppressive. What upgrades they can take is changed too, but for the moment we're going to focus on the unit card. The key takeaways for the unit is that it wants to be in melee. It can shoot, but it's significantly worse, as no surge means you're only hitting on 2 faces of the white die, and then, without precise, you can only reroll 2 of them, if you have an aim. But if you can get them in melee, They get black dice, which on their own are a 50-50 chance of hitting, but they also surge as well, making each black dice a 6 out of 8 to hit. And then charge effectively gives them 3 actions on their activation if a unit is within range. With those positives comes, in my opinion, a big negative. They are only courage 1, meaning if they are shot at least once and they don't roll off the suppression, they only get 1 action, 1 move, and a lot of times 1 move is not enough to get to a target. Some of this can be negated with upgrades you can give these guys though. To start, riot troopers can take 2 heavy weapons, but are limited to their unit-specific upgrades and the Inferno Squad upgrade models. First up is the Stormtrooper Marksman for 30 points. Adds 1 white die to your ranged attack and 1 black die to your melee, and adds a special ability. For 1 action, you can choose an enemy unit and roll a red attack die. If you roll a crit or a surge, you deal 1 wound and 1 suppression. I'm gonna be honest, this is probably the worst upgrade you can take with this unit. The ability is strong. You basically get Din's rifle for cheaper and you can take multiple copies. It only takes you an action to use it. So you could shoot normally, then use the marksman ability, and your opponent can't dodge or block it. But what it brings it down is that this model is stuck on the riot troopers who want to be engaged, which the marksman does not. It takes an action on a unit that needs all its actions to move up the board, and then when you want to take the chance to use it, it only works 2 of 8 times. That's like rolling white dice to hit something, so you could attempt to use this all 5 rounds of a game and not have the ability go off. Also, some games don't even go to 5 rounds, some only take 4 rounds. And then to top it off, it's 30 points. For 12 points more, you can get another unit of stormtroopers. Next, we have the KX series security droids. For 18 points, you get 2 white dice at range and 2 red dice with impact 2 in melee. Now this is all-round solid upgrade to a unit as they improve their melee significantly. The red dice benefit from hold the line, making the red dice only have 1 blank side out of 8. And you get impact 2, which is great if you get tangled up with B2 battle droids or a tank. All of that for 18 points. Not too bad. The last 2 that the riot troopers can take are Inferno Squad models, Del Meeko and Gideon Hask, due to them being able to add it to core trooper units. Del Meeko falls under the marksman upgrade in that he doesn't synergize with the unit very well, so I'm going to ignore him for this review. But Hask, on the other hand, may be a solid choice for riot troopers. For 29 points, you increase the unit's courage by 1 and gain the ability Coordinate Trooper. If this unit is given an order, the unit can give another order to a nearby unit, and adds 2 red dice to their ranged attack. The main thing to look at here is the increase of courage. This is the riot squad's only access to increase their courage. In general, it helps the unit do what it wants to do. Next up is the training slot, which has a lot of options you can go to make them better. As of recording this, AMG just released some new upgrade cards that riot troopers can definitely take advantage of, starting with Imperial March. During your second move action, you can increase the unit's movement by 1. So they can do 1 speed 2 move, then take a speed 3 move for the second. With charge already on their unit card, this is probably the riot troopers' go-to training upgrade. Though there are still other upgrades to consider, like Endurance to remove 2 suppression in end phase, or Offensive Push to reroll dice on your charge attack. The last training I might consider is Tenacity, to pair the unit with Darth Vader on a new ways to motivate them turn, so the unit can make 3 move actions without losing a die to a model dying. And finally, we get to the last upgrade slot, which I see 5 solid options for. But at this point, the unit is getting quite expensive for a cheap core unit. But if you really want the unit to do what it needs to do, here's my recommendations. Emergency stims. If the unit gets hit, the models don't die until the end of their activation, so they're still able to do a big attack with the unit. Environmental gear. The unit speed is not reduced over difficult terrain, so you can keep going speed 2 or speed 3 with march. Extra supplies, if you want to recover offensive push. Prepared supplies, to get a dodge. And recon intel, to get a free move in the first round. With all the cards out of the way, we can look at the unit as a whole. Before the recent points update, the riot troopers were a very hard pill to swallow, but now they're only 2 points more than a normal stormtrooper. Now, I don't think you should run an entire army of riot troopers, but to have 1 or 2 to run into enemy lines to hold an objective or lock down an important unit has value. With all the changes recently to Legion, games are played a lot closer now, and they can see some play. And they fill a role of a fast melee unit now that the Royal Guards have been removed from the game. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.